Got it. Here's a top 10 WWE Women's Matches ranking, highlighting some of the most important and groundbreaking matches in WWE history. Number 10. Alexa Bliss vs. Becky Lynch. This was the first ever tables match for the Smackdown Women's Championship, and showcased both Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch in a highly physical contest. The match included great spots, intense moments, and plenty of drama, and it helped elevate the women's division on SmackDown at the time. Number 9. Nia Jax vs. Sasha Banks. A hard-hitting match that showcased the contrast between Nia Jax's strength and Sasha Banks's agility. Nia's dominance and Sasha's resilience made for an exciting match that also played a role in the building tension between the two. The match showed how WWE was starting to build more diverse characters and matchups in the women's division. Number 8. Charlotte Flair vs. Asuka. A hard-hitting technical showcase between two of the most skilled women in WWE. Charlotte and Asuka's chemistry is unmatched, and their matches always deliver. This one was a back-and-forth clinic, and though it didn't have the high stakes of some other matches, it showed how women's wrestling can be as competitive and thrilling as the men's. Number 7. Trish Stratus vs. Mickie James at WrestleMania 22 in 2006. This match stands out for its storyline and psychological depth. Mickie James, portraying an obsessed fan of Trish Stratus, brought a unique angle to their rivalry. The match was filled with drama, and it cemented Mickie as one of the top stars in WWE while also marking the end of Trish Stratus's first run as champion. Number 6. Bayley vs. Sasha Banks at Hell in a Cell 2020. The culmination of a brutal and personal rivalry between two of WWE's top women, this match was a Hell in a Cell classic. The emotional storytelling between Bayley and Sasha, as former best friends turned bitter enemies, was incredible. The match itself was a brutal high-stakes encounter that demonstrated just how far women's wrestling had come. Number 5. Becky Lynch vs. Ronda Rousey vs. Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 35 in 2019. This triple threat match headlined the first ever all-female WrestleMania, and it was historic in so many ways. The match was physical, with all three women putting on an incredible performance. Becky Lynch's victory solidified her as the top woman in WWE, and the match was seen as a major milestone in the advancement of women's wrestling. Number 4. Asuka vs. Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 34 in 2018. The undefeated streak of Asuka was on the line, and Charlotte Flair delivered one of the most unforgettable performances in WWE history. Asuka and Charlotte had an incredible back-and-forth match, with Charlotte ending Asuka's streak and securing a memorable victory that helped solidify her legacy as one of the best in WWE. Number 3. Trish Stratus vs. Lita at WrestleMania 18 in 2002. A match that not only had a great storyline but also showcased two of WWE's most popular and skilled women at the time. Lita and Trish were pioneers in the division, and their rivalry helped elevate women's wrestling to the forefront of fans' minds. The match itself was filled with high spots, incredible energy, and solid chemistry between the two legends. Number 2. Charlotte Flair vs. Sasha Banks vs. Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 32 in 2016. Why it's number 2? This triple threat match was a milestone, as it was the first time the WWE Women's Championship was defended in the main event of a WrestleMania. The match itself was fantastic, with each of the three women showing why they were at the top of the division. It also marked the beginning of the women's revolution on the main roster. Number 1. Sasha Banks vs. Bayley at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn in 2015. Why it's number 1? This match is often credited with kicking off the women's revolution in WWE. Sasha Banks and Bayley put on a classic, featuring incredible storytelling, high drama, and some of the best in-ring action seen in women's wrestling up to that point. Their rivalry was personal, and the crowd's reaction made this match feel like a historic moment in WWE history. Honorable mentions: Naomi vs. Tamina vs. Sasha Banks vs. Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 32 in 2016. The match that showcased the Women's Championship's importance and quality in the division. Bayley vs. Sasha Banks at NXT TakeOver, Brooklyn 2 in 2016, a phenomenal match that helped cement NXT as a key player in women's wrestling. Lita vs. Trish Stratus at Unforgiven 2006, another great match that helped pave the way for the modern women's wrestling revolution. Thoughts? This list could change based on personal preference, and there's so much more history in the women's division to explore.